He thought the worst part of visiting America was getting the visa. He was wrong. Very wrong. Because one visit to an emergency room would soon cost more than his entire vacation budget. The traveler's name was Ahmed, 32 years old. First trip to the United States. A dream he had planned for years. Months of saving, months of preparation, months of excitement. Everything finally felt real. He landed in America successfully. Immigration went smoothly. Hotel check-in was easy. The city looked beautiful. The weather felt perfect. And honestly, Ahmed believed this would become the best trip of his life. For the first few days, everything went exactly as planned. Tourist attractions, restaurants, shopping, photos, family video calls. Everything felt perfect. Then something unexpected happened. One evening, Ahmed started feeling a sharp pain in his stomach. At first, he ignored it. Many travelers do. Maybe bad food, maybe stress, maybe jet lag. Nothing serious. At least, that is what he believed. But a few hours later, the pain became worse, much worse. Walking became difficult. Sleeping became impossible. His body started sweating. And honestly, fear slowly started replacing confidence. The hotel staff noticed his condition. They recommended immediate medical attention. Ahmed hesitated, because he knew healthcare in America was expensive. But the pain kept increasing. Every minute felt worse. Eventually, he made a decision millions of tourists make every year. He went to an emergency room, and that decision changed everything. The hospital looked modern, clean, professional, efficient. Doctors and nurses moved quickly. Everything felt reassuring. For the first time that night, Ahmed felt safe. The medical staff asked questions: medical history, current symptoms, insurance details, emergency contacts. Everything felt normal. Then treatment began. Blood tests, physical examination, pain medication, additional testing. Several hours passed, and honestly, Ahmed was focused only on one thing: getting better. Money never crossed his mind, at least not yet, because the real problem started later. Doctors eventually confirmed the issue was not life-threatening. Good news, very good news. Ahmed felt relieved. The medication worked. The pain improved. Everything finally seemed under control. Then came the biggest shock of all. The hospital delivered the bill. Ahmed looked at the paper, then looked again, and honestly, he thought there had been a mistake. The total was over $12,000. $12,000 for one emergency room visit. For a tourist, for a few hours inside a hospital. His hands started shaking. His mind stopped processing information. He believed the hospital had accidentally added an extra zero, but there was no mistake. This was the real bill, and his nightmare was only beginning. Most travelers never realize how expensive American healthcare can become, especially tourists. Especially visitors without strong insurance coverage, especially people who assume emergencies will never happen. Ahmed slowly reviewed the bill. Emergency room fee, doctor consultation, blood testing, medication, diagnostic procedures, facility charges, administrative costs. Everything appeared separately. Every item added more money, every line created more stress, and honestly, the total felt impossible. The emotional impact hit him immediately. His vacation budget was gone, completely gone. Years of savings suddenly looked insignificant. The trip that once felt exciting now felt dangerous, and sadly, this happens more often than people realize. Many tourists visit America without understanding healthcare costs. They research hotels, flights, restaurants, attractions, but they never research emergency medical bills, because honestly, most people believe emergencies happen to someone else, not to them. Ahmed made another mistake too, a mistake many travelers make. He purchased the cheapest travel insurance he could find. The policy looked professional, the document looked official, everything seemed legitimate. But now he needed real help. And suddenly, the weaknesses started appearing. Coverage limits, claim restrictions, exclusions, complicated reimbursement rules. Everything became important. Most travelers never read these details, because insurance documents are boring, long, complicated, easy to ignore, until something goes wrong. Then every word matters. Ahmed contacted the insurance company immediately. At first, the representative sounded helpful, professional, polite, reassuring. But then something unexpected happened. The representative explained that several parts of the hospital bill might not qualify for reimbursement. Ahmed froze. He could not believe what he was hearing, because honestly, he thought insurance existed for situations exactly like this. But now uncertainty replaced confidence. Would they pay? Would they reject the claim? Would he owe thousands of dollars personally? Questions filled his mind constantly, and no clear answers existed. The emotional pressure became overwhelming. Most tourists imagine America as a land of opportunity, success, adventure, dreams. But many never consider financial risks, especially medical risks. One emergency can change everything. One hospital visit can destroy a travel budget. One insurance mistake can create years of stress. Ahmed slowly realized another painful truth. The emergency room visit was only the beginning. Follow-up appointments might cost more. Additional tests might cost more. Future treatment might cost more. Everything suddenly felt uncertain. The financial fear became worse than the medical problem itself. And honestly, that fear changed his entire trip. Every restaurant looked expensive. Every shopping trip felt irresponsible. Every tourist attraction reminded him of the hospital bill. The vacation was no longer a vacation. It became a financial crisis. Most travelers underestimate how quickly money stress affects emotions, especially abroad, especially alone, especially in expensive countries. Fear changes everything. Sleep becomes difficult. Concentration disappears. Enjoyment fades away. And suddenly, beautiful destinations no longer feel beautiful. Ahmed spent hours researching healthcare costs online. The results shocked him. Ambulance rides, emergency surgeries, hospital admissions, specialist consultations. Everything looked expensive, very expensive. And honestly, he realized his situation could have been much worse. Much worse. Imagine if an ambulance had been required. Imagine if surgery became necessary. Imagine if hospitalization lasted several days. The costs could have become catastrophic. This is why travel insurance matters. Not because governments require it, not because websites recommend it, but because emergencies happen unexpectedly. And when they happen, financial protection becomes essential. Many travelers focus only on the price of insurance. That creates dangerous decisions. The cheapest policy is not always the safest policy. Sometimes a slightly more expensive plan provides dramatically better protection. Higher coverage limits, emergency assistance, direct billing support, hospital coordination, and peace of mind. Ahmed learned this lesson the hard way, a lesson many travelers unfortunately learned too late. Several days later, he received another update from the insurance company. More paperwork required. Additional documents requested. Further review necessary. The process felt slow, complicated, frustrating, and honestly, stress continued growing. Most tourists assume insurance claims are simple. Submit documents. Receive payment. Problem solved. Reality is often very different, especially with low-cost insurance policies. Claim reviews take time. Documentation matters. Policy wording matters. Exclusions matter. Everything matters. Ahmed eventually understood something important. Travel preparation is not only about enjoying a destination, it is also about preparing for problems. Because problems happen everywhere, even in beautiful cities, even during dream vacations, even to careful travelers. No one plans emergencies. No one expects hospital visits. No one expects financial shocks. But preparation determines how severe those problems become. That lesson changed Ahmed permanently. Every future trip now starts differently. More research, better insurance, stronger preparation, smarter decisions. Because experience taught him what advertisements never could. The emotional cost of poor preparation is enormous. Most travelers never discuss these stories publicly. They post photos, videos, restaurants, luxury hotels, beautiful attractions. Nobody posts hospital invoices. Nobody posts insurance disputes. Nobody posts financial panic. Because honestly, those moments feel embarrassing. But these stories matter. They educate future travelers. They prevent mistakes. They create awareness. And awareness can save thousands of dollars, especially in America, where healthcare costs remain one of the biggest financial risks for tourists. Many visitors believe, I am healthy, I am careful, I will be fine. Maybe, but emergencies do not ask permission. They arrive unexpectedly, without warning, without planning. And when they arrive, preparation becomes everything. Ahmed eventually returned home, physically healthy, financially stressed, emotionally wiser. The trip taught him lessons he never expected to learn. Not about tourism, not about attractions, not about travel photography, but about risk, preparation, and responsibility. Today, he tells every traveler the same thing. Research healthcare costs, understand your insurance, read the policy, know the coverage limits, prepare for emergencies before they happen. Because one hospital visit can change everything, especially in America. And honestly, that reality surprises millions of travelers every year. Travel should create memories, not debt, not panic, not financial nightmares. That is why preparation matters. That is why awareness matters. And that is why stories like this deserve attention. Because the next traveler facing a medical emergency could be anyone. It could be a student, a tourist, a business traveler, a family member, or even you. Before visiting America, ask yourself one important question. If an emergency happened tomorrow, would your insurance truly protect you? Because the answer to that question could determine whether a vacation remains a dream or becomes a financial disaster. Subscribe to Global Policy Guide for travel safety, visa updates, insurance awareness, and real travel risk stories.